Awesome. Awesome. We got a foot of snow already, and it's going to keep on coming. 30 plows here in the city. Look at this, guys. Like the Yankees expect to win the World Series every year, they expect to hammer these roads and keep them clean during a snowstorm. Let's show you what's going on. Radar first. We're in it. We are in it, ladies and gentlemen. Big snow over the Cuse right now, and that's why I'm here, to be quite honest with you. We're expecting 12 to 18 inches. Look at this. It's not going to just snow today, but it's going to snow tomorrow, and then maybe even a little bit of snow on Friday. Now, once we get into tomorrow and Friday, the snow will be a little bit few and far between. In other words, it'll be more of a snow showery type situation. But we may actually get into a lake-enhanced snowfall. And at the bottom of the hour, I'll show you a nice close-up loop that Catherine made for me so you can see what's going to happen as we transition into tomorrow and how the lake may actually play a role in these snowfall totals. Check it out. By the time all is said and done, this is the forecast from our GFC, 12 to 18 inches possible across New York. And there's a reason for that. The lake is going to play a role. If you're not in elevation, the lake will play a role in these big snowfall totals. By the way, guys, the big winner that I could find right now, 14 inches, Killington, Vermont. It's a powder day in the Green Mountain State. Mike and Tom, back to you in the studio.
So that begs the question, Jim. Do you have your skis with you?
No, but you know what? There's these things called rentals. Hey, rentals. I can rent.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. And liking the snow out there, and I think he's getting ready to make a snowball and throw it at us. All right, Tom Nizzle, let's break it down. Let's give him the nuts and bolts of what happens today, because still a lot of people at risk for some pretty heavy snow.
Yeah, there are, and if you take a look at where our warnings are in effect right now, it's interesting with this nor'easter because the warnings are well inland here across upstate New York, almost as far west as Buffalo. And take a look at New England, Mike. There are no warnings.
Nada, shut out, zilch, zero. A little bit of rain could come their way still, but let's talk some specifics about the radar, because you can see the rain clearly in green, plenty of snow in blue, and that's going to continue most of the day.
It will, and you can see this huge area of moisture, this plume that's coming in off the Atlantic that's going to circulate around that upper level low. It's going to help to enhance the snowfall across central New York going into later tonight. But you know, we're seeing snow down across the Alleghenies, down in through Pittsburgh as well. They're getting some snow there in western Pennsylvania, and then heavier snow here right across that I-90, I-81 corridor in Syracuse.
All right, so Jim showed it there to us, but we look farther over to maybe Albany. We'll get snow today, and it may at times mix. Temperature's pretty key there because it's just above freezing.
That's correct. The further east you go, the more likelihood you're going to get into a wetter snow, a mix with rain, and then toward the coast, the rainfall. It should stay an all-snow event here back in upstate New York. Central New York going to be pretty much the crosshairs for the heaviest snow, and you can see the orientation of this plume of the heavier snow here. That has to do with on the backside of the system, we may actually get a little bit of enhancement off of Lake Ontario.
It's interesting to see that we've got synoptic snow, and then you get the little fine-tuned details of lake effect that comes near lake enhanced snow. All right, when we take a look, Tom, at some specific locations, people want to know, okay, I'm going out today, what am I going to encounter on the roadways?
Yeah, and so when you're on the roads in central New York, temperatures running around the 30-degree mark, but that snow will come down at a rate that it's going to make it very slushy. The road crews up there are great. They'll get salt down, but you're still going to have very slushy conditions.
Let's break it down hour by hour for you. We know we've got some heavy snow coming in certain locations. In Buffalo, we do have snow for you pretty much through the afternoon and overnight.
Yeah, you will, and it's going to accumulate several inches on the roadways, even as far west as Buffalo. They have advisories out for the city right now. It's going to be, the travel, you're just going to need to take your time up there. They're used to the snow.
They do a great job of clearing the snow there. Same in Albany, do a great job of clearing the snow there, and we'll see snow lunchtime, dinner time, and beyond.
And again, with temperatures right around 32, I think they're going to be okay.
All right, good stuff there. One last stop, by the way. I want to take you to Worcester if we can show that real quick. That's mostly a rain event for you in Massachusetts, by the way. Brief snow around midnight, but otherwise I think you're in real good shape. All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about, Sam, the inside runner. What is it? Why does it mean almost no snow for New England? We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can tell by the temperatures right around the Boston area, but Mike will fill you in just a minute. And I want to remind you, before we check in with Maria this morning on weather around the country, if you're headed out anywhere from Philly through the tri-state into Hartford, you're going to see temperatures like this in the 40s, but temperatures are falling all day long. So grab the warm gear anyway. Maria, we've got big stories out there. You've got the fog going on in Texas and also in through Oklahoma. And did I see blizzard warnings on the West Coast?
You sure did, Sam. We have it all. A lot going on as we lay the data on the floor and show you you how it's going to play out for you looking at the day ahead. That persistent rain in through the Pacific Northwest. Sam was looking at it here. We're showing it to you, that water vapor imagery showing that persistent flow of moisture right off the Pacific. Nothing shutting that down right now. In fact, it's going to continue to push down further south. We have places like Redding that could end up with 5 to 8 inches as we go through the next 2 days, eventually getting to San Francisco and Los Angeles. But there you go. There's the snow, 1.5 feet to close to 2 feet with those blizzard warnings for parts of the Sierra, above 6,000 feet that go into effect today and into Friday. So that is a big story, putting money in the bank, by the way, for the drought. Persistently sunny and dry here with that high pressure, but as Sam mentioned, there is some fog in that Red River Valley with that heat, but once that lifts out, it is going to be mild today with temperatures into the 40s, upper 30s as you get into Kansas City. Notice Madison and Chicago, we have you on the map too. Hang in there by the end of the week. Eventually some of that warm push will get to you, but Sam, it is about the northeast storm and the traffic it's going to be causing again today.
Absolutely, and we're keeping an eye on the roads. Take a look at 995 around Edison, New Jersey, Maria, because we've got a mix of rain and snow falling there this morning, and Damon made such a mess, this winter storm, such a mess on the roads. Some of that will continue today. This winter storm continues to blow cold air all the way down the East Coast today.
Currently in our area, 50 degrees under fair skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Minutes after the hour, just keeping you on track this morning. Let's take a quick look at Albany, where winter weather advisory is in effect. A mix of rain and snow is falling in the area right now. Philly, partly cloudy right now as well. We're watching closely Philly for the potential for some delays later. Had some yesterday, expecting that when these strong northwestern winds pick up a little bit, we might have a little delay. Also, a little bit of snow still kicks through this area. This winter storm is not done with the tri-state area or even Philly, and it may continue to see little bouts of snow as we go through the next day, day and a half. But let's get caught up in the north, where there still is going to be some driving problems and some flooding problems. In Massachusetts, drivers are urged to slow down. Fog is bringing visibility down to just a couple of miles. Don't want to see a repeat of all yesterday's crashes when Damon turned so deadly in that area. Our Reagan Medji is in Lexington, Massachusetts this morning. And Reagan, completely different images today. I saw you late last night when those winds were whipping on the coastline. And now what I'm seeing right now are slick roads in your area. Morning, Reagan.
Well, good morning there, Sam. Yeah, what a difference a couple hours makes. We're along Interstate 95 heading north up this way towards New Hampshire, and on the other side down towards the area of Boston. But yesterday at this time, it was icy and slick conditions, unfortunately claiming the lives of 2 people.
From Maryland to Maine, Winter Storm Damon creating major risks on the roads. State police say a woman died in this mangled crash in upstate New York involving 5 tractor trailers and 2 cars. The ice so bad on Route 17, firefighters had a hard time getting equipment to the scene. In western Maine, a driver lost control on this slick road and slammed into a tree, killing the woman in the passenger seat. And in Allentown, Pennsylvania, 17 vehicles piled up on an untreated icy bridge. Police say one of their cruisers got jammed in this chain reaction crash that hurt 6 people.
All I've been hearing all day is ambulances, fire trucks.
Police scrambled to keep up with hundreds of crashes in Connecticut.
It was like a car hit the guardrail on the side of the highway.
A jackknife semi brought traffic to a halt on Interstate 84 in Hartford. And even sand trucks were no match for the ice rink on the road.
Even with the 4x4 truck, I'm driving 20 miles an hour because it's just sliding everywhere and it's pretty rough.
Frozen, yeah, they're frozen because it's raining ice too. That's a problem.
And this morning, the dangers don't stop on the roads. Sidewalks and stoops are the first obstacle.
Almost killed myself when I got out of the house, but I still had to drop the kids at school.
I stepped on my porch and I was like, oh, okay.
And here in Lexington, Massachusetts, along I-95, the road conditions continue to be a little treacherous. It's slick and wet right now. The visibility not too good, but throughout this state and also Vermont, we're also looking at more road conditions, either road closings because there's traffic accidents or even some flooding. Sam, back to you.
All right, Reagan, we'll keep an eye on that, and we've got to keep an eye on the skies as well. Yesterday, this storm cranking up, blowing by New York, shutting, well, really bringing a lot of air traffic to a very slow crawl. So let's check in with Anna Rintis this morning and see what airports are still having problems. Good morning, A-Rod.
Good morning, Sam. We just have about 300 cancellations at this time, and we're hoping and expecting it not to be as bad as it was yesterday. That backlog of delays pushing well into the overnight hours today, but we're already seeing a busy morning. Newark Liberty International leading the list with 56 cancellations or delays this hour. FlightAware.com reports close to 3,000 flights were canceled or delayed Tuesday. Let's take a look at the big board. No major travel delays right now, but we do want to bring your attention to the fog in Dallas. We do have a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. Central Time, and that is going to keep you from getting to Dallas on time this morning or getting out of Dallas on time. LaGuardia, Maria, that airport, they have 17 cancellations now, but it was a trouble hotspot yesterday.
Because winds were such a huge factor along with the cloud deck. I want to show you, we're going to kind of dig deep into what makes LaGuardia such a tough airport to fly into when it comes to weather because of the winds. And anyone who has flown into LaGuardia knows it's a white knuckle landing, right? Because you have very little leeway here, left or right. And so winds have a big factor on that. If you have a crosswind over the main runways here that you see here, that's not great for pilots to land in. So a lot of times you'll see those delays stack up. That's what we had yesterday, those northeast winds creating those crosswinds. This morning, you're looking at the winds a more northerly direction, and we are starting to see those flights come in on runway 22. So not a crosswind for them, a little bit easier for them to navigate. And so we expect that there may be some weather-related delays when it comes to the winds at LaGuardia this morning, but we aren't expecting to see the kind of screeching halt that we had yesterday. And Sam, you know, those were topping out at 3-hour plus delays yesterday.
Yeah, what a miserable day yesterday, Maria. Standing right here in full rain gear and that wind blowing through here. Everybody was really, because that's the doors when people get off the Staten Island ferry. They leave through those doors, then they kind of move across this open plaza into the subway. And they were on a quick run yesterday. Nobody stopping. As a matter of fact, people trying to stay underneath the overhang where we are right now, squeezing by us all day long. Today, everybody's like, hey, good morning. How's it going? How's your day? So whole different day today, but you can still see this happening, and that's this cold air that's beginning to seep in. Our temperature started at around 40 degrees. They're going to continue to drop. Hey, yesterday, Jim Cantore talked about this thing being an inside runner. What does that mean, and what exactly does it mean for who gets rain and who gets snow out of this? It's going to be a big difference today between areas like New York and Boston. When we come back, Mike Bettis, Tom Nizzle, going to break down that thing Jim Cantore threw out, inside runner.
What's the key to great first impressions? Confidence and the perfect suit. This week at Men's Warehouse, get select suits for $199.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
You know what's super exciting about Verizon's Ellipsis 7 tablet on their 4G LTE network? You can stream stuff on the go.
Can you read this for me?
We invited 29 people to test their vision.
I can't read this at all. Here, try Adlin's Adjustables.
Awesome.
You just turn the little wheels.
As you're turning the knob, things just like come into view.
I love that you can adjust it for whatever you're doing.
What if I told you they were only $29.99?
Okay, I wouldn't believe you. Call 800-881-ADLENS or visit adlens.com. For $29.99, you can see for yourself, and they make a great gift.
How does the Dyson Ball vacuum at only $449 have better overall performance across all floors than any other vacuum?
This is an example of how we test machines. It proves ours has stronger suction than this vacuum. In fact, it has the strongest suction of any vacuum.
Our ball technology turns on the spot, and with its wider cleaner head, you can cover the room faster.
Order today and you'll receive a free flat-out tool and free durable tool bag, even free shipping to your door at buydyson.com.
put it down. So buckle in and get Talk to God by me, Diamo Veras, at Amazon or iTunes. Peace.
Home improvement improved with the Home Depot Project of the Week. We take you step by step through great seasonal tips and easy to do projects for your home and garden every Saturday morning on Weather Center Live. And for more information and inspiration for your next how-to project, go to weather.com/Home Depot.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s, brought to you by PetSmart, inspired by pets.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Currently in our area, 51 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Minutes after the hour. So glad you're spending some time with us this morning right here on AMHQ. Hey, this was record-setting rainfall yesterday through a good part of this area we were standing right now. Let's show you the rain gauges. We'll do a quick survey here just to show you how much rain had fallen as this low first made its plan move through the area. There were 6 inches in a lot of locations. And again, we came in with a good solid almost 2 inches in Central Park. You can see the accumulations right there. 3 inches as you start to work up toward Poughkeepsie. Hartford picking up about half that. So really some very heavy pockets of rain moving through with this. And when you get those big totals where you've got the 6-inch plus areas that picked up that rain in just 24 hours, huge. And the flooding was just incredible all the way through the area. It's not the only problems that we saw. We saw 61-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this. We're getting the big snow out of this storm system today. And one of the things you're going to see is snow pick up in a lot of areas. Mount Pocono and Mike Seidel is right there. Mike, I know we're getting more snow in the area this morning on top of what you saw yesterday.
Yeah, we changed over from rain to snow last night at dinner time. We've snowed on and off all night. About 2 inches on the ground here. We've had some wind gusts upwards of 40 miles an hour. Right now it's down to 31. The wind chill is right around 20. And about 24 school districts are either closed or opening 2 hours late here in Northeast PA. With that said, look at the roadways. Not too bad. These are the professionals up here. Salt. Last night they were throwing down salt when it just had changed from snow to rain. This is Pennsylvania Route 611 at the intersection of 940. Not only are we getting help from the salt, we've got daylight. The temperature just dropped to 31. So these roads are going to be in pretty good shape today as the snow continues to wrap in. Last night, you can see the snow as it came down across the Mount Pocono area. Elevation played a big part. 10, 12 miles from here, it was raining in 37. I come up the incline, the elevation, and bam, into the snow, the wet snow, and 34. And they were plowing the lot out here this morning. Not a big deal for 2 inches, but they don't mess around out here. They get the snow up so everybody can get into the businesses and the restaurants and not have to worry too much about slipping and sliding. Take a look at the radar now. The bulk of the snow is up there, northern Catskills up through central New York where Jim Cantore is. But we're on the back side of this storm. That's going to wrap some bands down. So we're looking at 1 to 3 inches today with a winter weather advisory. Meanwhile, we go back to the lab. Mike Bettis, Tom Nizzle, inside runner. I'm thinking track and field, but not this morning. We're talking meteorology.
Yeah. This is the Carl Lewis of winter storms. Thank you very much, Mike. Let's show everybody what's happening right now. So we saw Mike there around the Poconos. We take you up toward the Capital District, in a place like Albany, as he was talking about. Another 1 to 3 inches of snow coming our way. Roadways in pretty good shape this morning.
Yeah, they are. You just have wet roadways. We're looking at this right now. And, you know, again, with temperatures running around 32, 34 degrees, I think Albany's going to be able to handle this on a major interstate.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a real issue for them. On the radar, you can see some snow falling for us here from western New York all the way through Syracuse and then over toward the Capitol.
Yep, and the crosshairs right there, that I-81, I-90 corridor right through Syracuse. And I think the snow's going to come down at a rate really going to make the roadways slushy, even with temperatures around 32 and the ability to treat with salt, Mike.
So the snowfall rate's always a big issue. If it comes down too heavy, you know, it does accumulate even after they've just gone through with the plows. Temperatures hovering just above freezing in Albany, but still snowing there. That's why they have the winter weather advisory.
That's right. And boy, you could see the snow working its way westward. That's kind of strange for a typical nor'easter.
This has taken a track that is more interior, more westerly than easterly, and you can see where the low sits on this. It's basically right over the Cape, Tom.
Yeah, it is, and we've got some cold air coming down on the back side of this, but on the front side, we've got warm, moist air coming in off the Atlantic.
All right, so let's give folks a lesson on what's known as an inside runner and what that means. We track this right now for you as the low comes interior, it goes right over Boston, and then comes, basically hovers a little bit, and then comes right back over Canada with a lot of snow on the west side, a lot of rain on the east side.
Yeah, it wobbles around a bit, and it is what we call an inside runner. Forecasters here in the north or east are used to this. They use this term called the benchmark, and this is the 40 north, 70 west latitude-longitude line, Mike.
All right, so the low, if it tracks west of that, is known as an inside runner, comes more interior over land. What's the result?
Coastal rains. It's going to be too warm to produce cold air or bring that cold air down on that route. But if we take the external route, the outside runner, then what that results in is a lot of cold air still staying into New England, and that's where you get your heavy snow along the coast.
So you might be wondering, why not a big snow for New England? The White Mountains, the Green Mountains up into Maine, it's all because of the inside runner, Sam.
All right, you guys are reminding me of all those forecasting days for WABC in New York. Every time we saw that get inside like that, we knew it was a rain event for New York, and indeed this one was as well. Well, we've dropped 3 degrees, so I put on an extra layer. We're going to talk about the two sides of this personality, the wet, when we come back.
Ring, ring. Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
She's still the one for you. And Cialis for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment is right. Cialis is also the only daily ED tablet approved to treat symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
You can change your style to express your unique personality. So why can't you do the same with your eye color? We at Alcon believe you can. Introducing new Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses. Its unique 3-in-1 color technology blends with your own eye color for a naturally beautiful look with comfort all month long. Virtually try on your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
If it's in your nature to love the great outdoors, don't miss your chance to find the perfect gift at the Cabela's Christmas sale. Save on your favorite brands, plus get there early for our Saturday 8 a.m. doorbusters. Shop the Cabela's Christmas sale in-store and online at Cabela's.com.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Your choice of these compressor combo kits, just $199.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 51 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And good morning, 29 minutes after the hour right here on AMHQ. Hey, how about a shot of New York City skyline? Looking pretty good, 42 degrees this morning. Still some clouds around the area. That temperature dropping throughout the day. When you get closer to ground level right here at the base, the tip of Manhattan, if you will, at the Staten Island Ferry Terminal, we've had a little bit of a stronger wind here. The flags are really whipping through here. Temperature drop since we got here this morning a little after 5 has dropped 3 degrees, so we've kind of started adding layers here. That's going to be the game all day long. So the warmest temperature of your day is as you walk out the door this morning. And you might think about that as you're loading up the kids and getting them out the door this morning, because by the time they come home in the afternoon, those temperatures will have dropped. Let's get to the forecast. Again, lower Manhattan, exactly where we are right now. We'll show you the clouds that have been drifting through. A little bit of a wet sprinkle, a little bit of a mist just now came through, and that's going to be the game plan for a while. If you look at the radar today, a lot of rain still loaded up with this low. This Damon winter storm that's offshore, the heaviest rain right now moving across the Cape, and a lot of snow will pick up with this. But watch the movement of the low. As the low drifts inland and kind of swirls around northern New England for a while, it's really all about the cold air. Yes, there's a bit of moisture. We just basically, like a sponge, we squeezed almost all the moisture out of this system yesterday. Some rainfall totals as high as 6 inches of rain. Amazing rain and strong winds as well. We'll still see winds today, and we'll get a little bit of snow action. Jim Cantore, I know you're in Syracuse this morning, and you're going to be seeing a lot of the crazy pictures today as that snow piles up. Jim, I just added a layer because our temperature dropped here, but we're still not as cold as you are. Hey, Cantore, I haven't had a chance to say anything about this. I haven't 2 days now, and we've been talking and working and doing all the facts, but I needed to just mention the beard. It looks great.
Dude, I appreciate that. You know what? I mean, it's keeping me so warm out here. And the Syracuse.com post came out and did a nice story yesterday. So, I mean, I'm going to keep it for a while, I think. unless my boss hollers at me. And by the way, Sam, if you want to drop a layer, here's my hint to you this morning. Go get a cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Woo! That stuff should be illegal. I mean, I had to drop a layer. I just had a half a cup of coffee, and I had to drop a layer. So that's the way to go through and warm up out here this morning. All right? Hey, let me show you a difference, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday versus today. First of all, check this out. Standing in the same spot yesterday, green grass, Christmas tree all lit up, the skating rink. This is like a little Rockefeller Center, by the way, here at Clinton Square. No snow on the ground. We're 8 inches down for the year. Today, 5 inches on the ground. I mean, look at it. We're getting it, and we are in the heart of this storm right now. And you can see here, we've got about 5 inches on the ground. So you kind of wipe this away, and you look back at what we've gotten in terms of the surface, because we know it was grass yesterday. You can see we've gotten about 5 inches of snow. All right, let me show you the radar first. This is the high-resolution radar. So even though it is green, it's still snowing. All right, but this gives us a little bit more detail in what's going on. You can see what we're talking about through here. This is out of Binghamton, New York, and there is some nice banding that's already going on here. And it's pretty much from Syracuse on southward. Got an unofficial report down in toward Pompeii of 16 inches. So until the Weather Service says, yeah, that's official, or yeah, we buy into it, I'm not going to say it happened. But there have been reports as much as 9 to 10 inches just to my south already. Jamesville's gotten a 12-inch amount. So there are some heavier snow amounts down at a little bit more elevation down toward my south. Water vapor looks awesome. Check this out. We've still got 2 pieces of this upper low before it closes off tomorrow. There's one east of South Carolina. There's another one coming through Ohio right now. The piece that's sitting down off the East Coast, as that comes north tonight, everybody gets more enhanced snow. So there'll be another burst, almost a second part of this storm that comes in. It'll be snowing like crazy over Vermont, all across upstate New York as well. So as you get into tonight, especially around this time the sun goes down, from New York State to northern New England, get ready for a second burst of this storm. More snow at 1 inch an hour. All right, let's go out to, we go to Nizzle and Mike. Sam, all right, Sammy, back to you in New York, buddy.
Come on. Yeah, Come on back here. Come on back here, Jim. All right, and we'll continue to watch with you as the snow falls there. Let's get to the wet side of this storm, because today we still have some flood watches, warnings, and advisories up as we look at the down east Maine side. But I'll tell you, this thing brought in rain, record-setting rain, and that set off some real flooding all the way through the Northeast.
From the mid-Atlantic and as far north as Maine, high winds and heavy rain from the powerful nor'easter Winter Storm Damon, causing major flooding along the coastline and beyond. In Boston, up to 3 inches of rain, resulting in flooded roadways, leaving vehicles like this van and this car and SUV stranded in the streets, water flowing freely all around, making travel treacherous. In New Jersey, accumulations up to 3 inches. In Long Beach Township, the Barnegat Bay overflowed, flooding neighborhoods for blocks, and massive waves crashing onto the streets in Longport, fueled by winds gusting over 50 miles an hour. And Little Egg Harbor seeing its highest water level since Sandy swept through just over 2 years ago.
Now, the good news is we'll have less rain in this event, particularly through the New Jersey area. We'll see some scattered sprinkles and showers. And as Jim mentioned, there'll be a burst of moisture today, and you'll be going, wait, is that the same storm? Absolutely it is. It's still Winter Storm Damon.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
How to fix plumber's butt. Step 1, identify the problem. Step 2, carefully remove shirt. Step 3, put on a Duluth long-tail tee. Step 4, double check your work. The Duluth long-tail tee, 3 inches longer to keep you covered. Get one, only at DuluthTrading.com.
What does an apron have to do with car insurance? An apron is hard work. An apron is pride in what you do. An apron is not quitting until you've made something a little better. What does an apron have to do with car insurance? For us, everything.
I like to mix things up a bit with Grand's Mini Pot Pies. Only 4 ingredients and a few easy steps. Weeknight dinner in a flash, and my family devours them. Pillsbury Grand's biscuits make dinner pop.
Find it. Go out there and find that place. Because only you know where you're going. This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is life. Yeah. And it begins when you find your fit.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 52 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The hour. If you're grabbing the keys and heading on out, say in Miami, this is what you're looking at this morning. Looks great. 51 degrees this morning. So yes, we're not judging. It's a little chilly for you out there. You do have a high rip current risk through tomorrow morning. Swimming not advised at the beaches there. That's if you can get past those temperatures in the 50s. But it's been an interesting setup for parts of the southeast. This was Miami. A look at the area yesterday and the Palm Beach coast. Look at how long those swells are. Long swells, high surf advisories posted. That's because those winds were out of the north. They've shifted a bit. They're now out of the northwest. So we're not seeing that long period swell, but we are looking at that rip current risk as the water gets pushed out from shore. So keep that in mind. But all in all, those winds are going to be decreasing. So that's some good news. Temperatures out there across the southeast, though, you would definitely characterize as cool. From Miami, Atlanta into 30s still by the time the kids are headed out at the bus stop. Memphis at 35 degrees. Notice, though, plenty of sunshine still on the cool side relative to where we are for normal, with highs in Atlanta and Tallahassee just staying in the mid and upper 40s to lower 50s. Even Miami is still stuck in the mid 50s by later on this evening. But again, the wind component, not as big a story, Sam, in Miami throughout the day. Sunshine and 68 there. So, of course, a different story in the Northeast where winds are a huge story still hammering the coast with wind and rain, Sam.
Oh, yeah, I know that it sounds cool, 68 in South Florida, but I'll tell you, the cold winds are whipping here. About 5 million people still have winter weather watch warnings or advisories out. We're going to go upstate New York with Dylan Dreyer right now where the snow is falling. Hey, Dylan, this is going to be a big day for snow collection in places like Tannersville.
That's absolutely right, Sam, and it's a good thing with the ski resorts, you know, a little slow to get going this year. So finally we are seeing this as more of a ski resort type snowstorm. It started off yesterday where we drove from Long Branch, New Jersey in that heavy rain, and we really didn't even run into the snow until we got about 10 minutes outside of Tannersville. We really had to go up in elevation. But now, as you know, the storm is pulling away, and looking at the radar, you can see on the backside of the storm, it is cold enough for all snow. So places like Cobleskill and up here through Tannersville and Hunter, New York, we are seeing all snow throughout the Catskills, and it's really been coming down. When we first got here last night, we had about 8 inches of snow on the ground. They've been doing an amazing job at clearing the streets. We've heard them, the plows going by all night long, but now the snow is just going to continue until this slow-moving nor'easter pulls away. It's going to linger around here. So again, the highest elevations ending up with a foot or more of snow, and we have a lot of that on the ground right now, but it's going to linger through at least early Thursday. Sam?
All right, thank you, Dylan. Again, you picked just the right spot to show us exactly what's going on. Dylan Dreyer getting that hit of snow that I'll tell you, many of the West Coast places will be jealous to see, but we also have blizzard warnings out for the Sierras today. As you're waking up in the West Coast, don't worry, we've got you covered there. This, by the way, we've been talking about the vehicles that we travel with on the Weather Channel, and this is the Toyota that's loaded up for us in the back. I'll just show you that right now, our temperature is about 41 degrees. The idea here is that we're able to have our own temperature, our own wind gauge here. We can tell you that the temperatures have dropped about 3 degrees since we got here very early this morning. And then we'll just kind of show you what it looks like in Atlanta right now, exactly where Maria is. We're kind of loading up the system, get it all together right there. That today we're going to 50 degrees. Thursday we're going to 51. Friday 56. That doesn't look too bad in that area as well, but we've got the cold air in this direction. I love this. We can actually show you the hourly forecast right here. Dew point, relative humidity, wind chill is 38. I can definitely attest to that because I just had to put on a little extra layer here of stuff. It shows you our exact location, can pinpoint for you right there. And then a lot of folks just kind of do the come by here just to see the branding on the whole thing and get some photos taken by the Weather Channel Mobile. So you can actually do that. All right. Let's get you a quick look at a radar if we've got one of the area, just so we can show you exactly what's going on with this low. We'll continue to watch it spin off the coast. There's some very heavy rain moving around the Cape right now. But the big deal today will not so much be that rain. There will be more rain along the coast, but snow and cold air. And that cold air is pouring in behind this low. We'll continue to watch that cold air today, drop the temperatures everywhere from Washington, D.C., all the way up to Philly. Also into New York, those temperatures will be falling. Boston's the holdout, where temperatures will get a bit milder and stay steady for a while today because of where the position of this low is. You guys have been sending us some incredible pictures of what you've been going through in Winter Storm Damon, and let's check in with Anna Rittis about those pictures. Good morning, Anna Rittis.
Hey, good morning, Sam. That's right. It allows us to tell you a different part of the story, right? What people are seeing out there. So let's start rolling in those social pictures. Do we have the first one, Ryan? There it is. Oh, Wanda Sykes, 2002. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
My goodness
Look at that one, Maria.
So cute. Starting to fall on Pompey Hill, south of Syracuse, on that sweet little face. Dogs love snow. The owner's not as much, maybe? I don't know.
This is from Latham, New York. Some big snowflakes here in Latham, New York at Jim Cantore. Keep sending us those pictures at AMHQ, at Jim, at Sam,
at us.
We'll be right back.
Ah, the bold new Camry. You can get a great deal during Toyotathon. I love the new look. And it's a blast to drive.
Oh, so you've driven it?
Yeah, taking it for a spin.
Toyotathon is on. Get low 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on the bold new 2015 Camry. Offer ends January 5th. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, Toyota's no-cost maintenance plan.
I know a great place for a drive.
Toyota, let's go places.
My name is Daniel. I have diabetic nerve pain. The pain felt like my feet were on fire. I had these very burning, needle-like sensations. I knew I needed to see a doctor. My doctor said, let's try Lyrica. Lyrica has helped relieve my pain.
It's known that diabetes damages nerves. Lyrica is FDA approved to treat diabetic nerve pain.
Lyrica is not for everyone. It may cause serious allergic reactions or suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these. New or worsening depression or unusual changes in mood or behavior, or swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, changes in eyesight including blurry vision, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or skin sores from diabetes. Common side effects are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who have had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Having less pain, it's a great feeling.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica today. It's specific treatment for diabetic nerve pain.
Because footlongs are the limousines of hot dogs. We're celebrating footlongs limo style.
That's right.
Man.
That's cool. I understand that they're really awesome and worth celebrating, but I wish we were in a limo. We're just sitting in the back of my car with a limo driver in the front.
Oh, he's not a limo driver.
Who is he?
I don't know. I thought you knew him.
No, I don't know him.
Cool. Mystery.
Pair of new cheesy...
Hey, what are you doing?
I was thinking about taking the speed test from Comcast Business.
Oh, yeah? If they can't give us faster internet or save us money, they'll give us $150?
Sounds like a win-win.
Guys, faster internet? I have never been on the internet, and I am doing pretty well.
Does he even work here?
Don't listen to the naysayer. Take the Comcast Business Speed Test. Get faster speeds or more savings, or we'll give you $150. Comcast Business. Built for business.
Can you read this for me?
We invited 29 people to test their vision.
I can't read this at all. Here, try Adlin's Adjustables.
Awesome.
You just turn the little wheels.
As you're turning the knob, things just like come into view.
I love that you can adjust it for whatever you're doing.
What if I told you they were only $29.99?
Okay, I wouldn't believe you. Call 800-881-ADLENS or visit adlens.com. For $29.99, you can see for yourself, and they make a great gift.
Remember, berries.com. Click the mic and enter code WEATHER. Or call 888-SWEET-90.
Golf's past 2 decades have been the most unique in the history of the game. Now, in a commemorative edition, Golf Channel chronicles the icons, the moments, and the trends that will influence the game for decades to come. Just in time for the holiday season, the Golf Book is the perfect gift for every golfer on your list. Order yours today at golfchannel.com/thegolfbook.
Currently in our area, 52 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Have somewhere to be at the top of the hour. We've got 11 minutes, folks. Massachusetts, Boston, we're looking at you. 41 degrees, low clouds. Pull those covers up a little bit higher. Just hang in there. Right now, it is pretty nasty out there. The low that we're talking about, not moving much. Temperatures not moving much. Going up to just 42. And then that rain and snow mix for tonight. Want to go 200 miles west of Boston. And this is what you'll find in Cobleskill, New York. Heavy snow. There'll be plenty more today, and the heaviest snow may not come down for upstate New York until Thursday, as in not today, but tomorrow. So we want to head over to the lab. Mike Bettis is with our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle. And, you know, I was looking at the forecast, guys. Whether you're Boston, New York, you are not seeing the sun for days here.
It's like one of those, like seasonal affective disorder has like kicked in just like that, and it's not even Christmas yet. All right, we'll talk about Winter Storm Damon here. We've got a tale of two storms in essence, if you will. One's a rain story, one is a snow story.
Very good point, Mike. We've got this inside runner nor'easter, and what it's doing is it's producing rain along coastal areas. You have to go well inland into upstate New York for the snow.
But if you go there, you're getting dumped on. I mean, we've seen Jim Cantor this morning in Syracuse, and he has plenty of snow. It truly goes all the way back west into Pittsburgh as well, and even truly over into Ohio. All right, so let's talk about the specifics on the radar, Tom.
Yeah, so if we take a look, you can see right here in this area, upstate New York, around that Syracuse area is where we're seeing the significant snow right now, right along that I-81, I-90 corridor. And Jim's picked up about 8 inches of snow there in Syracuse. It's interesting, though, if we take a look at the temperatures, Mike, because it has to do with the temperature profile in the atmosphere as to whether you're getting snow in these areas or rain out to the east.
So we'll look at these temperatures horizontally, but we want to go vertically in the atmosphere because that tells you a completely different story.
That's right. In Syracuse, we're below freezing at the surface, and we're below freezing well aloft. So any type of snow that comes down is going to fall as snow. But if we go over to the east and we go to a place like Worcester for this afternoon, take a look at their profile. They're right around 32, 34 degrees at the surface, but here's the kicker. Up around 5,000 feet, all that Atlantic moisture is coming in and it's warm. So you start with snowflakes up here, they melt into raindrops here, and you end up with rain down at the surface.
Very interesting. When you look at the atmosphere three-dimensionally, it tells a completely different story. When you look at this map, where you're highlighted in blue, everything north or west of that 32-degree line likely to come down is some sort of frozen precipitation. But on the front side, where you see the green arrows there, everything's warmer than 32, so we're likely to be all liquid precip.
That's right, and this is a look at about 4,500 feet. That's at mid-level of the atmosphere where we're bringing in all this warm, moist air. Watch how this goes through time today. So in through this afternoon, you see this whole area begin to work its way eastward as the cold air now filters in across New England on the backside of this system.
So if you happen to have precipitation now in New England, it will be snow as long as you've got enough moisture there.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, as we watch our computer model and go in through the Thursday time frame and into Thursday evening, we eventually get this cold air that works its way back, and you can see that up here and through New Hampshire and to parts of Maine by Thursday afternoon, you're into snowfall.
But this is now the tail end of the storm, so we're not likely to get nearly as much as we would say back in the Adirondacks, back in western New York, so you're just kind of getting that glancing shot at the end.
That's exactly right, and that's typical with this type of inside runner system. So again, our heaviest snow is going to be in upstate New York, in this area right here. And in fact, we see this little plume of heavier snow here. That is actually some lake effect enhancement that comes on the backside of the system. And for the most part, again, the coastal area is an all-rain event.
I was taking a look at Caribou, which is one of the snowiest cities in the east, basically shut out for snow, even though we've got a pretty powerful nor'easter. How about that, Maria?
That's always fun science, but we love seeing the pictures of all that too, that contrast. So we're counting on you to help us tell the story of Winter Storm Damon, and that includes sending us all of your pictures and videos. But make sure you do the video horizontal, right? We don't want any vertical video syndrome.
Here is Latham, New York's Zogby 05, some snow. Ryan Struck. Winter Storm Damon pummeling the Jersey Shore. I mean, look at those waves, how it's kicking up that surf. That's something that people are going to experience today, too.
They were showing, I was seeing pictures all over Twitter with the beach erosion, too, down the shore. And here's a look at a pretty cool Boston skyline in the rain. Always beautiful, but very ethereal in that shot.
Wood SOS 886. Thank you. Wind-driven rain, downtown Boston. Fun walk to South Station. Love South Station. We want to see your videos from Winter Storm Damon. So here's how. Just shoot a horizontal video, like Maria said, on your smartphone. Text the keyword Damon to 99000 and follow the instructions to share the video with us. It's so easy, literally. If you can share a video on Facebook or Instagram, which we all do, you can do this.
And then you'll get it on national TV, which is even better.
So cool.
All right, hour 2 of AMHQ up next, and we're taking you live to home of the worst weather on Earth. Mount Washington, New Hampshire, getting clocked this morning by Winter Storm Damon, a witch's brew of ice, snow, and very powerful winds. We're going to talk with a meteorologist who will tell us just how nasty it is now and what's yet to come and what it's really like to live up there.
Get fast-acting, long-lasting relief from heartburn with doctor-recommended Gaviscon. It neutralizes stomach acid and is the only product that forms a protective barrier that helps keep stomach acid in the stomach where it belongs. For fast-acting, long-lasting relief, try Gaviscon.
Here's a great gift idea for the whole family. Now with Walmart credit card special financing.
In a world filled with ultra-high definition picture, the Vizio 4K Ultra HD TV will rise.
It works great with Vizio's 2.1 sound stand.
Where room-filling theater sound and ultra-high def collide.
You know what? You can stop with the over-dramatic movie trailer voice now.
And this time, it's personal.
And now get special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
Covaquin's number 5, The Sleepless Night. Sorry. Robitussin DMX Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything from LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee. So while they keep guessing, you know that we'll take it back or replace it. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, save $50 on this Husky Mechanics tool set. Guaranteed forever.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
I'm the proud dad of 3 messy kids. They get stains like you wouldn't believe. This Tide Ultra Stain Release and Zap Cap helps me get out pretty much any stain.
Can I help?
Aw.
Try our newest, Ultra Stain Release. Helps remove 99% of everyday stains.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel. Currently in our area, 53 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
That's your local weather on the 8th, and we're glad your amazing Wednesday starts with us right here on AMHQ. About 5.4 million people involved in still winter storm watches, warnings, advisories still out for a good part of the Northeast. A little bit of problem in the Mid-Atlantic from still Winter Storm Damon whipping through this area. We've had in the east as much as another 1.5 feet of snow expected in some locations. As much as 6 inches of rain had fallen from this storm already. And the winds were this thing. 65-mile-an-hour winds reported in Massachusetts, 50-mile-an-hour winds reported in Connecticut, 30-mile-an-hour per hour winds in Metro New York City. And right now, take a look at things are much calmer in lower Manhattan this morning, as we'll show you the flags flying right on the edge of the bridge there. And you've got about an 8-mile-per-hour wind gust. Do we have that shot with the winds? Yep, right there on top of the bridge. And so you can see the flag. It's enough to get that flag out steady and flipping, but let's get you your forecast this morning. Here's the low and the conditions that we're under right here in lower Manhattan. We're about 40, 41 degrees and have been for a little while now. A pretty gusty wind moving through here, though. We've had about 4 to 8 mile per hour gusts just in the last hour, up to 13 miles per hour, as we just showed you right on top of the bridge there. Where's the low? Find where that rain is, and it's the heaviest rain that's still moving onshore on the coast of Maine, also coastal Massachusetts. Then, as it gets involved in some of that cold air, the wrap turns it into snow. That will continue to happen today in western New York State, and it will pull on down through Pennsylvania and on even through New Jersey and metro New York. We'll see some snow flurries flying during the day today. It's all that cold air getting in place. And if you want to find the low, it's really easy here with the winds. Notice the smooth curve, the smooth arc, and all those northwestern winds that are pulling down across the water. Then where it gets a little jinky, where it gets a little curve there, where it gets a little swirl, that's where our low is. And it'll continue to move onshore there, right where you're looking at it during the day today, curve around in Maine and stay in place. The big deal are the strong winds today and the snow that'll be pulling down. And our Jim Cantore is in Syracuse this morning. And Jim, one of the things that we're going to watch with you every hour is how much snow you collect. And your shot looks even snowier than it did at 7 o'clock. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, we're on Salina Street here. Busy street this morning. The commute goes on. Schools are in session. There's a lot of if you will, ancillary things and events that have been canceled so far across central New York State. And really the biggest problems are going to be on the major thoroughfares. The New York State Thruway, Interstate 81, down to Binghamton, very, very snowy, as you can see here. But there are spots where it's actually not snowing much at all. And I'm going to let Niz and Mike talk about that a little bit later. The deal is, though, with this, when you're shoveling this today, I actually was helping my cameraman a little bit because, we're trying to keep the area clear around our set. But look at this. You get down toward the ground where they've salted a little bit. I mean, that's just mud down there. So make sure you use your legs. Make sure you really use your legs before you get this stuff. You get up and through here, and it's just light and fluffy. It goes pretty well. So we've got a nice light fluffy snow, but there's a lot of water in it still as you pack it down because the ground is pretty warm. Let me take you about 2.5 hours off to my east. Let's go toward Albany, down into the heart of the Mohawk Valley, the capital district here. My dad, by the way, born in Schenectady, New York, so we made a few trips to Pareca's Bread, and I can almost taste it right now. It's so good, and that was many, many years ago. Anyway, here's the deal. It is sloppy on the Thruway, and that's the point. There's a little less precipitation down that way, and really the heaviest stuff is right here, just before you get to Syracuse and on over toward Rochester. And if you're feeling left out, Buffalo, hang in there because all the snow is heading your way for later on. As we heard from the mayor yesterday, she said it's going to be business as usual here, but what we are going to deal with is more snow. This is not over. We're probably not even at the halfway point of this, to be quite honest with you, because tonight it's going to snow again, potentially heavy. That's why you still have winter storm warnings out for northern Vermont. There's another piece of this thing that's going to come up off the South Carolina coast and enhance the snowfall once again and have enough cold air to work with. We've already gotten 14 inches at Killington, so it's a powder day there. They are hoping to obviously gain much snow down at Hunter Mountain and across the ski resorts here in central New York. We are behind by about 8 inches, but guys, as you can see, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And if you like to snowmobile, that's exactly what you're going to be doing here a little bit later on this afternoon. All right, Mike and Tom, I know you're going to do this a little bit later on, but just looking at this radar is just geek central, isn't it? The area of sinking air off the Adirondacks, no snow. You get down south of Syracuse, it's puking at about 1 inch an hour.
It's amazing when you see it, Jim. You go to Ithaca or Binghamton. I mean, here comes the snow. Syracuse southbound, it's going to be fun to see, that's for sure. We're going to take a look at the wide aspect here. Millions of people under winter storm warnings or winter weather advisories, Tom, easily meeting our criteria to name a storm, and we've still got 2+ days to go.
Yeah, this is a very slow-moving system. It is vertically stacked in the atmosphere. That means the system is going to move very slowly over the next 48 hours. So, yeah, an extended period of snowfall.
All right, so extending truly from western New York, portions of Pennsylvania, all the way up through Maine. You've got heavy snow coming your way over the next 2 days, and it's going to really come down in bucketfuls here. But I think the radar tells a really distinct story. All you have to do is look at the colors.
It sure does, and you can see right here, this is the warmer, moist air coming in off the Atlantic. And as you get onto the backside of the system, this is the cold air coming in from Canada. That's the rain-snow story.
All right, it goes all the way back, by the way, into western PA. Hello, Pittsburgh this morning.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is getting some snow out of this. Again, this inside runner storm. And if you can take a look at the tower cam there, we're probably seeing a little bit of light snow in the Pittsburgh area right now.
It's not terrible. You're going to be able to get by on this. I know we got pretty hilly terrain here in Pittsburgh, so just watch, especially when you're coming down some of those hills, what it'll look like. All right, let's extend it back up toward Syracuse. Syracuse and Buffalo, we have snow. The Capital District of Albany, we have snow.
Yeah, and the I-81 I-90 corridor in Syracuse is at the crosshairs right there, and that's why we have so much snowfall painted in for that area.
We've been watching New York Thruway cameras. Roadways look pretty good. They look passable, maybe slushy in areas, but definitely passable. Nothing like what we had a couple of weeks ago when it was a real mess.
Yeah, and with temperatures around 30, salt is going to do a good job on clearing those roadways, so they're going to be wet and slushy, but, you know, I think it's not going to be a situation, certainly, that closes down the thruway.
Usually road salt becomes ineffective once you get temperatures down into the teens. We're not even close to that.
No, we're not going to have to worry about that.
Very effective.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, take a look at the total snow here. You see this enhanced area right there? That's probably going to be a little of lake effect enhancement on the backside of this system.
Heavy snow in some spots, pockets of a foot to a foot and a half. How about Buffalo, Tom?
Well, Buffalo, again, staying in that 28 to 30 degree range for most of the day. And again, it's relatively rare to see snows this far west from nor'easters.
Breezy today, snowy through the afternoon and evening, but a place like Worcester, Mass, a completely different forecast.
Absolutely. With all that moisture and that warm air coming in off the Atlantic, they escape the brunt of this storm. They're going to be mainly a rain event.
And why is that? Something known as the inside runner. When Tom comes back, we're going to talk about what exactly that is, Maria.
Looking forward to that. But meantime, with the big picture, Sam, we've got a lot to talk about.
All right. Yeah, absolutely, Maria. And you know what, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about that inside runner as well. No one but the Weather Channel will have pictures beneath this winter storm that we're talking about, as many as we have. But the other thing, Maria, we've got the dense fog advisories that are out from Dallas all the way to, it looks like in Kansas, a little Dodge City, Kansas action, southwestern Kansas, a little bit of western Oklahoma, the panhandle of Texas, and then the biggest storm in 5 years on the West Coast. There's a lot of weather for you to cover, Maria.
It's living up to it, Sam. We had record high in Seattle yesterday at 61 degrees, and there were a lot of spots that have already put a half an inch of rainfall into the bucket with more to come. So that is definitely one of the big stories that we're putting on the map. You still see that moisture. Well, we got the water vapor imagery showing that there is nothing cutting it off. This is over the last 12 hours. Going forward 12 hours, it's not going to look a whole lot different. In fact, it's going to start to go further to the south and pick up a little bit more in the way of territory here that it's going to cover. But look at these totals that we're looking ahead to, maybe as much as 5 to 8 inches of rain in Redding, but you head to the mountains and we're talking maybe in some cases close to 2 feet of snow with those blizzard warnings that'll kick in later this afternoon and go through Friday. So the wind and the snow, big component there in the Sierra Nevada. Meanwhile, in the central U.S., Dan was talking about that fog. Well, high pressure and the surge of warmth leading to some of that in the Red River Valley. But it is the story of warming temperatures. You have Des Moines at 39, Minneapolis, 30 degrees for your high temperature. Take a look at Minneapolis. 23 was as warm as you got yesterday. That's where you're sitting at now, and that warmth is heading off to the east. We'll be back.
Currently in our area, 53 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 67. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
9 minutes after the hour. Welcome back to AMHQ. We're glad you're with us this morning. Hang on. Got a little, let me just pull this out and I'll keep going. Winter Storm Damon, our top story this morning, of course, we've got that winter storm and plenty of states. 5.4 million people still have the opportunity of sending some kind of winter weather watches, warnings, or advisories out during the day today. We'll see some wraparound snow. As far as Cleveland, and I think we've got a Cleveland tower cam to show you what it looks like in Cleveland. So let's get that picture. Just picked up a little, wow, a little sprinkle and some cold wind moving through here in lower Manhattan, and it's also a windy start to the day in Cleveland. Winds gusting out of the north at about 28 miles per hour. The wind chills down to the 20s. It's a great morning for a little bit of French toast with some strawberry sauce at a little restaurant called A Tasty Affair. Jim Cantore was going on and on and on about the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I got to tell you, a French toast with strawberry sauce is exactly what I want right now. That gives you high marks on Yelp. Take a look at the Cleveland hourly. 34 degrees is where we're going today. We'll go up and down a little bit, but the coolest that you'll get from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. will be in the evening when you start to drop a little bit to 30 degrees. There are plenty of travel delays on the board today, whether it's fog or winter storms or West Coast storms. Let's get checked up with Anna Rittis this morning. Good morning, Anna Rittis.
Good morning, Sam. Thankfully, we won't see the delays that we saw yesterday. I still have the maps here, but if we can switch that and bring the plane, see, even I'm waiting for a plane, Sam. But yesterday we saw just about 3,000 flights delayed across the United States. Today that number just under 300, so we're not seeing those major delays, especially on the eastern seaboard. LaGuardia, JFK looking good, also Newark. In Dallas, as you mentioned, we do have a dense fog advisory in effect until 10 a.m. Central Time, so that's going to mean that you're going to see delays if you're flying in and out of that area this morning. Maria, what's unusual about today is that we're tracking storms on the West Coast and also on the East Coast. San Francisco, the airport, already issuing weather warnings. You know what's crazy, Anna Rittis, is San Francisco, #1 most weather-related delayed airport. And we see it every morning because of the low clouds. But you always have LaGuardia sneaking in there, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just the clouds or just the wind, but a lot of times it can be just the wind. And we've had that situation develop yesterday, some upwards of 3-hour arrival delays, because if you've ever flown into LaGuardia, you know, not that airports have a ton of wiggle room anyway, but you know LaGuardia especially. So yesterday's setup was that we had those northeasterly winds and they were gusty. Well, unfortunately, that's a crosswind for the way that the airports are, the runways are laid out. This morning, it's a little bit of a northerly turn, and that's a lot easier for pilots to manage when they are landing. And this morning, we're seeing that they're landing along runway 22 right in here. So it's not a crosswind for them, and it's a little bit easier for that traffic to be managed. So, Sam, we're happy to report that even though we may see some weather-related delays at LaGuardia, and it wouldn't be surprising, they may not be stacking up like they were yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. That runway kind of lined up with Long Island, so that's when you see every plane. When you look out at the horizon, Maria, every plane lined up in Long Island trying to get down into LaGuardia this morning, just the way the winds are going. Okay, we are going to talk a little bit about the roads as well. We've still got an awful lot of rain pulling in coastal Massachusetts, and that rain, thankfully, right now has not turned into anything freezing. Reagan Medji is along the roads there to kind of check in with your travel this morning from Boston all the way along the area. Good morning, Reagan.
Well, good morning there. That's right. We're in Lexington, Massachusetts on a rest stop. This is I-95 behind me. The traffic that's moving pretty smoothly going north. It's I-95 north towards New Hampshire. On the other side, you're going to see that traffic is starting to slow down. The locals say this is normal rush hour traffic going towards the area of Boston. In addition to this traffic, let's give you a look at live coverage of Newton, Massachusetts, another rest stop down from this area southbound. You can see that the traffic is also backed up on one side. That's headed towards Boston. The other side's kind of going smooth and free and clear. Now, throughout the state here, this area got rocked by that winter storm Damon. We were talking about the flooding concerns. There still are some roads that are closed, and there is some flooding and ponding on the roadways. We tell you that if you see that, turn around, don't drown. And then another portion is the wind damage. I'm going to take my glove off because I don't have that thing to make your iPhone move on my glove. But the Weather Channel has local storm reports, and as I look at it right now on my iPhone, there is a lot of, in Massachusetts, just trees down on wires, on roads, blocking roads, and that's all because of the wind, that powerful wind that rocked through the area. You know, we talked about 50, 60 mile an hour gusts through Cape Cod and on the coastal areas of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. This is the aftermath today that we're talking about, the wind that, you know, got those branches on the power lines and the trees and what have you. Again, this is the live look at the Interstate 95. Pretty good going right now for a morning commute, but it's just kind of wet right now, and that's basically it. Maria, to you.
All right, Reagan, thank you so much. Still much more ahead on AMHQ this morning. We've been helping you prepare for Winter Storm Damon since last week, but what more can we expect from this storm that is wreaking havoc on travel in the Northeast? It's the roadways, it's in the air. We're going to keep you ahead of all of it. Let's take you to Chicago right now, where no reported delays at the airport and roadways are damp. You've got a live look at Michigan Avenue right now. It is cool with temperatures starting off into the 30s. That's where you're going to end up today. If you're tired of the cloudiness, we have a little bit more to go before we can break out into some of that clear sky. In fact, maybe by later on this morning, some sunshine and temperatures again into the 30s. More after your look on the 8th.
Average women's tees versus a gawking gopher. Duluth trading long-tail tees versus a gawking gopher. The Duluth
Can you read this for me?
We invited 29 people to test their vision.
I can't read this at all. Here, try Adlin's Adjustables.
Awesome!
You just turn the little wheels.
As you're turning the knob, things just like come into view.
Wow.
I love that you can adjust it for whatever you're doing. P-O-T-E-Z. Oh, yes, this is great.
I mean, I can't believe it, actually, that I'm adjusting the glasses to my eyesight.
I can read a book. I can read the signs at the train station. I can get a better look at you. What if I told you they were only $29.99?
Okay, I wouldn't believe you. I'd say you're lying. Oh, wow, I'd get like 3 pairs.
Can I buy them now?
29 people experienced a new way to help them see. For $29.99, you can see for yourself. And they make a great gift. Call 800-568-ADLINS or visit adlins.com. That's 800-568-2353. Order now.
Refund the shipping and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Home improvement improved with the Home Depot Project of the Week. We take you step by step through great seasonal tips and easy-to-do projects for your home and garden every Saturday morning on Weather Center Live. And for more information and inspiration for your next how-to project, go to weather.com/Home Depot.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by PetSmart, inspired by pets.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Currently in our area, 52 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 67. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
19 minutes after the hour. Hey, we're with you this morning on AMHQ as you get up and ready to move. It's a busy day here in the Northeast and also Dallas getting up and ready this morning. A little bit of clouds and some fog around the Dallas area. 46 degrees right now. Feels like 46. Good news is you're going to 65 degrees. Everything looking better and better in Dallas this morning, but we do have that dense fog advisory out. We're looking at it right now from Dallas to Fort Worth. Granbury, you're involved in this. A little bit in Decatur, Wichita Falls. Take that and moving on north. Hey, Dallas, 64 degrees, 65 degrees today is where we're taking you. By the time we get to 3 p.m., it's just about as warm as you're going to get. And then we start to trail it off to 9 p.m. with some clouds. No doubt about that today. Hey, Mike Seidel, talk about plowable snow with this winter storm that's still in the Northeast. Mike Seidel is there in Mount Pocono. And Mike, they've been working all night to get the snow off the ground.
They have, and we've got Jay Briegel from PMS Landscaping. Jay, welcome to the Weather Channel. You're from Stroudsburg. Big difference between down there and up here at 2,000 feet.
Big difference from Stroudsburg. Stroudsburg is just wet. It's almost 10 degrees colder up here, and we get a lot of snow in Mount Pocono up here.
And tell us about your service to these commercial accounts, like here at the Burger King and the bank. How often do you hit them? How quickly are you on top of it?
On any of our commercial accounts, we have to be on it right away. I mean, we can't have any kind of slip and falls. It has to be salted. If an inch accumulates, we have to be here plowing it, salting it, and keeping the sidewalk shoveled.
And little did I know this morning at 6 a.m., this is you out here in the lot taking care of a couple of inches of snow. Now, yesterday morning, you were out here using the saw.
Yesterday morning, a little sleet, and we had to salt it and keep it cleaned up for him here. It was supposed to get a little snow yesterday. It just stayed all rain. A little of our salt washed off last night, so we're back up here again this morning taking care of it.
And talk about last winter. I mean, I hear the cash registers ringing.
Oh yeah, last winter was big time. Almost to the point where you're saying, "Oh, I've had enough of snow already." even with our 8 plow trucks, it was almost hard to keep up with all of our accounts. But we managed. But it was great. It was great, good for the bank, I guess. You know.
Okay, well, that's great. So yeah. Sam, Jay, obviously, and his brother and their company, they want more of this. They don't want any kind of warm weather.
No. This is what keeps us moving in the wintertime.
There you go. Landscaping in the summer, plowing in the winter. Sam?
I can hear it, Angie. I'll keep an ear on it. Hey, all right, sir. We're just saying hello to folks right around here. Keeping your roads clear, that's a good job because you're one of the places that'll be seeing all the snow. Angie, we got to get into Mike Bettis. I'm talking to the director and my producer at the same time. Let's get back into the studio this morning, check in with Mike and Tom, because we've been throwing out this term, inside runner, and I think folks need to understand that it's one of the ways when we see a storm move in a direction, we kind of know some of the characteristics that are going to come with it.
It all depends, Sam, on which way it goes. You know, what was that? Which way did it go? Which way did it go? That's what we're doing with this one, right?
Absolutely. This is an inside runner storm when we talk about nor'easters.
All right, so let's break it down for you. First, I want to take you into Albany this morning and update you on what's happening here in the Capital District. Let's look at I-90. Pretty good shape, Tom.
Yeah, they are. I think, wet roads there, temperatures running around 30 degrees. We're in okay shape there.
All right, there's the snow coming down for us right now. Syracuse, pretty much bullseye right on you.
Right on the crosshairs, the I-81, I-90 corridor. Snowfall probably coming down at a rate of about a ½ inch an hour.
All right, in Albany, we're 33 degrees, but we still have snow there. Very treatable roads at that kind of temperature. Road salt works terrific. Even temperatures in the 20s, it works quite well. But this tells a different story when you widen out the picture, Tom.
Yeah, the low is sitting there. We've got the cold air coming around the backside of this low. That's where the cold air from Canada is coming down. But this is warm moisture coming in off the Atlantic, and it's coming in relatively far inland for this nor'easter.
So what that means is it's a tale of two storms in essence. One that's frozen precip and one that is basically all green, which means it's all raining. Here's a look at the forecast. Take us through this, Tom.
Yeah, take a look at this. This low pressure system is moving in this direction here into New England. Wobbles around there under the upper low for 24, 36 hours.
All right, so let's specifically talk inside runner. Let's give folks at home the lingo here.
Yeah, forecasters in the Northeast will use this benchmark, and essentially it's right here. It's a 40 north, 70 west latitude longitude line. The benchmark determines the track that this system is going to take, whether it's going to produce rain or snow on the coast.
All right, so let's talk inside runner. If you go west, you're an inside runner.
If you go west, inside runner, more moisture coming in out of the Atlantic, and it keeps most of New England in more of a rain situation.
But more heavy snow as you go interior. If we have an outside runner, different scenario.
That's right. If it goes to the outside, then it allows that cold air from Canada to really come all the way down into coastal New England, and that is the heavy coastal storm.
And there you go. Now you've got some weather knowledge from this guy, Inside Runners. What we've got this time.
Well, inside, outside, where the pictures that we're getting in, we're loving it. We want to see more. This video sent to us by Weather Channel viewer Chris Walling. He took this shot of that heavy snow blanketing the area around his home.
We want to see your videos. Text Damon to 99000.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Your choice of these compressor combo kits, just $199.
I got one shot. Let's go twins right, 24 stretch.
24 stretch, all diamond. Twins right, 24 stretch. All diamonds on touring.
When the game's on the line,
Hit him with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
the NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
Insurance, find me money.
I got you $1.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm, there to help you get to a better state.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
Fact. When you take Advil, you get relief right at the site of pain, wherever it is. Advil stops pain right where it starts. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
You can change your style to express your unique personality. So why can't you do the same with your eye color? We at Alcon believe you can. Introducing new Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses. Its unique 3-in-1 color technology blends with your own eye color for a naturally beautiful look with comfort all month long. Virtually try on your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
You know, Melissa, Walmart is your one-stop shop for all the hottest toys this Christmas at unbeatable prices. Like this Imaginext Lion's Den Castle.
And, of course, all things Barbie, like this brand new Barbie Bubble-tastic Mermaid.
Okay, wait, Melissa, wait, don't do it! Told ya!
Oh, well, kids do love bubbles.
Like bees to honey.
Get the season's hottest toys at unbeatable prices. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
What's the key to great first impressions? Confidence and the perfect suit. This week at Men's Warehouse, get select suits for $199.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 52 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 67. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
"29 minutes after the hour, winter storms affecting 5.4 million people on both the east and West Coast today. In Seattle, a high wind watch is in effect. Wind gusts up to 65 miles an hour expected today also along the I-5 corridor. Now, stronger winds definitely at higher elevations. It's going to be big trouble for trucks and high-profile vehicles trying to get through the passes today, so keep an eye on that on the West Coast. Also in the east, Winter Storm Damon has quite a wide reach. This storm will really pull down some cold air and still blow some snow throughout the day today. It'll sneak all the way into Cleveland. Little sneaky little Damon there, all the way to Breezy with winds topping out just above the freezing mark, and so a little bit of gusty winds in the Cleveland area as well. Another raw day ahead for Philly. Good morning, Philly. A little cool for you, some showers mixing in with some of the heavier rain. You'll go to some lighter showers momentarily, and then it's possible we could even see a little light snow accumulation there. High near 40 degrees today. Winter Storm Damon has arrived in Syracuse. We've been watching Jim Cantori collect snow all morning long. And Jim, you were telling some of us folks that the snow had changed characteristics in the early morning hours. The snow picked up and got a little heavier there.
Oh, gosh, Sam. Yeah, absolutely. We are absolutely getting into the snow here. Probably about a ½ inch an hour is the way it looks. We've got about 6 to 8 inches on the ground, and it's sloppy out. We knew this was coming yesterday. We told everybody it was going to be an awful commute in terms of getting in. So, people in New York kind of take it in stride. The folks in Buffalo are probably laughing at us right now because, you're like, okay, a ½ inch an hour? Hey, we had 5 inches an hour. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's talk about what's going on out there on the roads, because that is the issue this morning. Let's take you to 690 here. There have been some issues with people maybe going too fast, maybe don't have the snow tires on yet. A lot of people throw a few bags of salt in the trunk to add a little extra weight. If you've got a light-duty truck, you've certainly got that, or a small truck. You throw the bricks in the back. I used to do that all the time in Vermont, just to give a little bit more weight so those tires can grip the ground a lot better. And that's just the way it is up and through here. But the plows have been out in earnest, and a lot of kids are going to be very, very happy because their Christmas presents are going to come from this snowstorm. All right, that's what they do for a living up and through here. Let me show you what the plow had to say about getting a head start on this snow.
It wasn't snowing that bad at 2, but then we just want to get everything salted because it was wet, and it seemed like about 3 or 4 hit, and that's when the snow really came. And it's like really heavy snow, so it's a little harder to push.
Somebody needs to get him a cup of coffee. Guys, look at Salina Street. Looking good here after 6 to 8 inches of snow. 30 city plows on it big time. Hey, let me show you where the heaviest snow is, because there is some localization to this. This is the high resolution radar. This is our Gibson Ridge radar, and you can